Welcome to the New Heights Show on Education. I'm Pamela Clark, founder and director of the New Heights Educational Group, and I'm here with David Smith, the founder of Silicon Valley High School, who has helped us get these podcasts produced and delivered to you.
Yes, Pamela, when we saw the great things that you and your army of volunteers were achieving at New Heights, we wanted to get involved. We're happy to work with you to leverage the internet and make quality education accessible and affordable to everyone, everywhere.
Thank you, David. We appreciate Silicon Valley High School helping us to get these podcasts out to the hundreds of thousands of listeners from all over the world. So I hope you enjoy the show.
In this week's episode, we will discuss education reform on mission.
Hello, everyone. This is Danielle Washington coming to you live from Ms. Buffie Williams' office. We're just sitting around thinking about life and trying to become better people tonight, so check us out. Welcome back. You're on the air with Buffie Williams, and you have been listening to the New Heights Show on Education. We have been discussing the show's purpose on mission.
Good evening. This is your host, Buffie Williams, and you're listening to the New Heights Educational Group, the New Heights Show on Education. Tonight's topic is the K-12 physical education and school sports. On last week's show, we discussed the challenges faced by teachers and the rewards and honors that teachers feel in providing their students with a role model for life, and how we as global citizens can support teachers and schools through some of the most challenging times by approaching things in a different way. On tonight's episode, we're talking about and taking a closer look at K-12 physical education and school sports. So let us hear your thoughts. Call us at 917-948-7542 or post your comments on Twitter at Buffy_Awaken or on Spreaker or Instagram at Buffy_Williams or on YouTube. I'd also like to thank my listeners for sending me encouraging words on social media. And remember that my fellow New Heights host, Erica Hansen's show airs on Thursdays at 2 o'clock p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time, and 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Again, my heart and prayers go out to all the global citizens that are affected by illness and tragedy in any way tonight. Also those who are having to stay away from the ones that they love in the wake of the COVID-19 epidemic across the world. We know that that is a difficult thing to do, but our heart and prayers are with you on tonight. The Alchemist has a wonderful passage that is so beautifully stated, and if you haven't read the book The Alchemist, I do encourage you to do so. But in thinking about K-12 and physical education and school sports, the passage kind of resonated with me in a way that when I choose a topic for the show, whether it's recommended by one of our fans of the show, or if it's something that we've come up with here at New Heights, I thought to myself, why is it that these particular topics stand out for me? And I thought about the book The Alchemist, and again, it has this wonderful passage that so beautifully states that each time he knelt beside the banks, I could see the depths of his eyes, in the depths of his eyes, my own beauty reflected. And I thought about when I see students, that is a lot of what I see. I see the beauty of how my life was affected and changed by people who are in the K-12 area, and how beautiful it is to see them in a place where there can be a global movement of things that are not working in a productive way, or did not work for us in a productive way. But using any quantifiable data that we already have out there to, provide adequate tools for students to be able to do things in a different way. Physical education, when I was in school, was mandatory. But I can distinctly remember one of the challenges of that was everyone had to dress out. And I noticed that most schools have gotten away from that. You can choose to dress out or you can choose not to. But in that time frame, everyone went to gym class. We all dressed out. We all wore the same uniforms. We all participated in the same activities. And I actually was grateful for that because I was not what you would consider an athlete. I could have definitely have excelled in that area. I did have a small stint in track and running the hurdles, but I wasn't the one who always went out for a sports team or participated in sports. And as I look back on it, me being in PE class or physical education class is what kind of kept me in shape through my high school years. And for that, I am grateful. And it also instilled in me an appreciation for those who were in sports and the dedication that it takes to participate in a school activity, in a sport, and just being a part of a team. And then you also learn those things in physical education. And a lot of our information tonight is going to come from Ed.gov as my source. And they talk about the National Physical Education Standards, Shape America, the social and the Society of Health and Physical Education develop these standards for grade levels K through 12 to produce specific outcomes that could hopefully clarify and define what physical education and physical literacy means for students to be able to be physically literate. And, that is defined as the ability and confidence and the desire to be physically active in their life. And using the guiding research, they focus on motor skills, competency, student engagement, intrinsic motivation, instructional climate, gender differences, and then a lifetime activity approach. And so in thinking about that and thinking about how students are on the road to enjoying a lifetime of healthy activities, there's a quote that I ran across from M.H. Alderson, and it reads, "If at first you don't succeed, you're running about average." And that is so true. So in physical education in America, and we looked at the challenges not only with that standard of physical education, we know that there has been a change in school lunches and a change in the farm to table concept is on the rise in healthy eating in conjunction with physical activity. But if we're not succeeding, that means we're running about average. So as we see the rise in obesity in children who are not necessarily active in school, but are still taking physical education classes, we know that there are specific standards or goals that the physical education program has developed so that students can be physically literate and understand the knowledge and skills and confidence that they need to enjoy life for a lifetime of a healthy physical activity. And so what it's designed to do is to incorporate the knowledge base that they need and the skills necessary to have a variety of physical activity throughout their lifetime. And so, and also knowing the implications and the benefits of their involvement in various activities, and to try to regularly participate in those things to stay physically fit. Not saying one person has to do things in a particular way or choose a particular activity, because of course there was a wide range of activities that we did either at recess or during PE class at school. And so that could range from playing dodgeball, volleyball, baseball, kickball, whatever it took in order to just get us out of the classrooms and be physically active and contribute to a healthier lifestyle. And a lot of these things, the Department of Education adapted from the Moving into the Future national standards from the National Association of Sports and Physical Education. And they have five standards. And of course, again, one is to demonstrate the competency of their motor skills and being able to move along with those patterns of physical fitness and physical education. And then to apply the knowledge and concepts that they have learned to the actual activity. And then try to enhance their physical health through fitness by, I know that we used to have to, I think they still do this, you have to run a mile in order to demonstrate that you can do it within a certain time frame, and then you're ranked based on that. And then also exhibiting personal and social behaviors that respect others during that time. And so naturally, if you're forming a team, whether it's in PE class or physical education class, where you're being required to do it, or whether it's during a recess time when you are just socially deciding you're going to be a part of a team and you're selecting people and you're participating in the activity, but just showing a natural respect for others who are participating in the activity with you. And then also recognizing the value of physical activity and the enjoyment of health and the challenges that it can present, but also the self-expression and the social interaction that physical education can give you. But we're going to take a short break and we're going to listen to a word from our sponsors. But again, tonight's topic is the K-12 physical education and school sports. And we've just talked a little bit about physical education in the K-12 area. But we're going to take a short break and I will be back in a moment.
Right now, you might be struggling through your classes or even failing them. You might be worried that you may not finish high school. There might have even been a thought that you may not be smart enough. Well, the New Heights Educational Group begs to differ. We not only think you are smart enough, but with our help, you will complete your high school diploma. The New Heights Educational Group strives to improve your academic success through its tutoring services. To learn more, please visit newheightseducation.org and contact us. New Heights Educational Group, educational resources to help reach your goals.
This podcast is brought to you by Silicon Valley High School, the world's fastest growing, video-based, self-paced, teacher-supported, fully accredited online school that's recommended by more than 96% of students. Take individual courses at just $95 each, or earn your high school diploma at any age. Check us out at svhs.co.
Welcome back. You're listening to your host, Buffie Williams, with the New Heights Educational Group, the New Heights Show on Education. And tonight's topic is K-12 physical education and school sports. And we talked a little bit about the standards, the national standards from the Department of Education in the K-12 physical education. And along with that, there are competitive grants out there for programs. One in particular that I paid close attention to was the Carroll M. White Physical Education Program. And this grant provides school agencies or educational agencies and community-based organizations with a grant that helps them expand and enhance the physical education programs to include before-school activities, after-school activities, or school programs in the kindergarten through 12th grade areas. And it helps students make progress towards meeting the state standards. And this is an exceptional grant because I know that funding is something that affects schools and why they cut out certain sports within schools and